So, got my ZX81 here. Oop, there's a bit of over contrast there. Let's just move it. Blind a bit. Come on. That's it. That's a bit better. Okay, so got a ZX81 I built, but obviously don't have a case for it. So what I've done is I bought a 3D printer, which happens to be a Bamboo P2S. I would have a bit of video of making this, but I have actually made a ZX81 case. So I found a design for one that somebody had done. So we've got a ZX81 case, so that's cool. Now I did try to print a transparent case, but that rather went wrong, so we're going to give up on that one. Oops. For the moment anyway. I did print a case, in a black case as well. There's a couple of errors on it, so I decided to reprint it, and not know much about printers and some other mistakes. I actually ended up printing one in grey. So one in black, one in grey. Now I'm actually thinking the grey one looks better. So what I've got is got the keyboard. Let's just thread that through there a sec. So I'm thinking that actually is sort of ZX80-ish. It's like halfway house between the ZX80 and ZX81. So I was thinking that is actually going to be a bit better. So missing some screws, which is a shame. So I need to get that sorted out. I do have an old 16K RAM pack, but when I checked this one, it didn't work anymore. So, and again, the case for this disappeared, whatever, a long time ago. But I did find I seem to have another ZX81 RAM pack, which I bought from somewhere. So I think what I'm just going to do for the moment, I'm not sure if this actually works, so let's just test that out. So unfortunately this isn't quite screwed in, so I'm just going to have to thread this through for the moment. Come on, get in there. There's probably going to be a lot of RAM pack wobble. That's missing feet, whatever. So it's probably not going to be so great until we actually get proper feet. Actually saying that, I was printing nameplates as well, so this is unused nameplates. That's a bit better, so let's just use that to balance that with. And if we, what are we doing? Let's just see if this works. I would have actually stick a 16K upgrade like in this, but amongst all the piles of rubbish I've got around here and stuff, I seem to have misplaced the two 16K RAM packs I've got. I found lots of other chips for other things, but not RAM packs, which is a bit annoying. Oh, I've got it over here. Okay, that's another RF modulator, which I'll stick another ZX81 at some point. So I've got another two to do, but I think for the moment, well, oops, let's fill that. I'll stick this down properly at some point when I finally make a decision. So if we just plug the keyboard in, which I shall do without showing because I can't at the moment, so I don't have a camera for the side. Come on, get in there. Come on. Oh, that's in. Okay, so just folded that. Oops. Okay, folded a little bit, but this should just about fit. Unfortunately, that where this RF mod has gone in to a composite, it's actually made it slightly out. Oh, come on. Really didn't need to screw this in. That's a bit better. This is sort of sitting flush a bit. Let's get an RS. There's RS. Let's get the composite cable in. Then we should have the power supply. Oh, come on. When this is screwed in, it will be a lot better. So let's just get our power supply. See if this works. Come on. Where is it? There. The display. Not at the moment. Why have we got a display? I don't know. Right. Let's just unplug the power for a second. Make sure that is fully in. Let's try again. Oh, there we go. We have a K. So probably wasn't sitting quite right. Oh, that's still not. Oh, so some shorting here. I don't know. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can get. Okay. So that comes up. So if we can just fold this down. Come on. Let's see where that sits. Okay. Maybe where this RAM pack, where it's not quite right. It's sitting. It's a bit askew. Let's try it again. Okay. So let's just change that. So what I need to do is, let's see, work out how to find out calculate RAM. Okay, so there's a bit glowy there. What should we get? I think if we do print, where on earth is peak? Don't know where peak is. Oh, there it is. How do we get peak? How do we get peak? Nope. That's bouncing up slightly there. Oh. So we've got print peak. What we got? 16388. 16388. Oops. Nope. 16388. Where is it? Plus. Where on earth is plus? Plus is there. Plus 2, 5. Oops. 5, 6 times. Times. Where does times? Oh, times is there. Times. And then we get peak. What's it? 16389. 16389. And 64768. What? I don't know. Right, let me just pause that 1 second. Okay, let's try this again. So I've just done a little program, so we've got, so as you can see up there, so we have print peak 16388 plus 256 times peak 16389. Not sure what I've done last time. So let's just run that. 32768. So 32768 is 16k. So I think I actually done print pig 16389 and side bits. So it looks like that is actually showing up correctly that we have a 16K RAM pack attached. So that is good. So we need to find some screws. To find some screws, I'll do the next bit of the video, and I think I'm going to keep the. Oops. See, that's just pressed on something. Oh, that's weird. Not quite sure why I've done that. But yeah, I think I'll see if I can find some screws which actually fit this so I can screw it all together. I think I'm going to keep the black keyboard which we have here, which you can't see quite right. Let's just move the camera slightly. There we go. So I think I'm going to keep that. We'll find a 16K upgrade, find out what I've done with it. So maybe what I'll actually do with this one is stick the RAM upgrade on it. That's weird. Oh, it's just reset. Who knows? The infamous RAM wobble plus that nothing screwed in. Right, so we'll come back to this in a moment. Okay, final bit of this ZX81, which if you see from before was actually working. I think I'm just going to need to adjust the picture a bit, but what I've done because of the 3D case I've printed and some other bits, the original wires for the composite mod, which went from the PLA to, oh whatever, the VLA, sorry, VLA. It went from the VLA across, and we've got the plus 5 volts and a video. This piece of wire was causing it to be. Whoops, just turn that light a bit. This bit of wire was causing me not to be able to shut the case. I'm bending it around. So what I've done is I've just got a bit of wire wrap, which is this stuff here. Just cut a couple bits, and I've actually just used a couple of very short bits of wire wrap just to adjust. Oh damn! I've got a bit of camera there. Oh, there we go. Focus. Bit of wire wrap. I didn't actually pass it all the way through because to get out to the solder remover, and there's a whole bunch. I'll have to remove this as well. So I've just tapped a little bit of wire solder in, so it should just keep it stable. Well, stable enough anyway. And then yeah, that should about cover it. I think I just need to adjust the picture a bit on that. So let's just pause this for a moment. Okay, we've got our ZX81 showing now, so we've got our picture. It's looking quite dark, and see if I can actually do something to lighten it a bit. I think we have a couple of adjustments we can do. Let's just see if we can actually amend the picture slightly. It's too big. Oh, that's too big. One sec. Okay, found a screwdriver, which should just about fit, I think. So let's see if we can actually improve this picture a bit. Well, that doesn't seem to do very much. That was expected. Let's have a look at the other trim. That doesn't do very much either. Okay. Not quite sure what the back porch bits on the relay do. I'm just going to have to look that up. Ah, that's better. Okay. Bit of fiddling here. Let me just switch this round. There we go. So the ZX81 has got a back porch things here, so that's just set to on. But the composite mod here, which is where did it come from? ZX Renew. So this one here, I had where's it gone? Both switches here set to on, I can't remember which way around to go, but if I set one, so I then set them both to off, that didn't work. Set this one to off, that didn't work, so I had this one back on, and I thought I'd just play with the switches here. So I just had number one on, and then that's immediately given the white screen as we see here, rather than the very dark grey one. So actually that is a lot better. So haven't really played around with this at the time, so that is a big improvement. So let's just keep that as that, and we'll go from there. Okay, so let me just pause this for a moment. Okay, so I've got my 3D printed case. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep this as or just redo them. There's a couple of artifacts on this. Which side? Forgotten where I found it now. This is an early attempt at my 3D printing, and so there's a couple of stringy bits like along the edge. So I think I may redo this at some point. I'll see if I can get the transparent version again, and then I'll probably shift this to being a transparent case instead, so at least we can see the insides. So I'm probably not going to stick this down for the moment, but what we'll do is just plug the keyboard in. I'm not going to stick this down, so I'll just leave it as is. There's enough of a lip here, so it shouldn't come out, so it should be okay. So we'll just come back to that in a moment. Okay, one thing I was missing were the original screws for this, but I was having a dig around and I found a little collection of screws. Whether any of these were the originals, I don't know, so I was just going to give a couple of them a try. Again, let's say if I destroy the case, I'm not too fussed because I'll just make another one. So what I'm just going to do is give this a go. Should have lined up the holes. Going to see if any of these actually fit. That one's a bit tight. Oh, maybe one of the smaller ones. Is that a smaller one? No, could be a smaller one. So let's just see. These going. I had a look inside of another ZX81, and they do look fairly similar. Okay, so that. I didn't screw that in very well. Obviously, I missed the hole. See if I can actually manage it. Where'd it go? Lost it. Oh, there it is. Possibly. Let's try it again. Oh, that seems to fit. Or maybe not. Right, I'm just going to pause this a sec. Okay, found a couple of little screws which seem to be fitting okay at the little pole I have here. May or may not have come from a ZX81, who knows. So anyway, it looks like this actually does work. So it's just a quick test. It's a bit annoying, that does go blank, but obviously it goes into fast mode. Oops. Oh, come on. It does go to fast mode to put all the bits in to what we're doing. Well, when you enter basic, it goes into fast mode momentarily, which blanks the screen. Normally wouldn't be too bad on old TV, but using the adapter I'm doing, it doesn't pick it up. Wow, that's impressive. Didn't mean to do that. And we, well, it should just hopefully, what am I doing here? That's plus 1. And then what we'll do is, well, let's just get that, should do it. Okay. Wow, speedy. Anyway, it works. So I shall leave this at this for the moment. The RAM pack, I think, does. Whoops, RAM pack. The original RAM pack does work. Probably won't upgrade this one to 16K. I've got an internal 16K at some point, but I probably will need to do a composite mod on this and replace the RF modulator with the same composite mod as this one, and then yeah, that'll be it. So thanks if you actually managed to get this far.